Supplement to the London Gazette, Tuesday the 28th of October, 1947. Operation Overlord. Report by Admiral Ramsay on Neptune, the assault phase of the Normandy landings. The following dispatch was submitted to the Supreme Commander because, in the event, the movements of over 5,000 ships and craft proceeded smoothly and to plan, and because, despite bad weather, the Allied armies and air forces were landed and reinforced, if not quite as quickly as the optimum planning figure, at least more quickly than the enemy reinforced his forces by land, it may now appear that the size and complexity of the naval problem was somewhat exaggerated. This was not the case. That the operation proceeded smoothly and according to plan was the result of the hard work and foresight of the many thousands concerned in its preparation and of the determination and courage of the tens of thousands in the Allied navies and merchant fleets who carried out their orders in accordance with the very highest traditions of the sea. Magnitude of the operation and need for close control. From the outset of detailed planning, it was clear that success would be largely dependent upon the ability to exercise close and continuous control of the thousands of ships and craft taking part. This overall control would have to embrace control of loading of all types of shipping and craft, control of convoy sailing, control of tugs, and control of ship repairs. Without it, time would inevitably be lost and the best use could not be made of the great resources given to the operation to establish our forces ashore and then to reinforce them as quickly as possible. As other services and authorities besides the Navy were intimately concerned with many of the problems connected with the rapid reinforcement of the expeditionary force, it was found necessary during planning to set up new organizations to control various aspects of the operation during the vital first few weeks in which the tempo of the initial assaults had to be maintained at the highest pitch. Turco Turnaround Control Organization, Buco Build-Up Control Organization, Corrup Control Repair Organization, Kotite Control Tug Organization, accordingly came into being and were instrumental in the success achieved. This report is significant because it describes how Operation Neptune was conducted. The conventional picture is that the armada of ships was controlled by a centralized command. But as Admiral Ramsay describes, the aim was to establish forces ashore and then to reinforce them as quickly as possible, which would be largely dependent upon the ability to exercise close and continuous control. This meant that operational control was delegated to each of the task force commanders. Similarly, his report makes the point that it was found necessary during planning to set up new organizations to control various aspects of the operation during the vital first few weeks in which the tempo of the initial assaults had to be maintained at the highest pitch. Although these organizations were instrumental in the success achieved, there is little about them in the historical record. These changes to the original plan were adopted as the result of lessons learned in rehearsals, including the tragic events of Slapton Sands. Admiral Sir Bertram Ramsay died on January 2, 1945 in a plane crash outside Paris, and his report published posthumously.